Start will be about 130 points lower. But our research team is standing by to give you the list of stocks that you need to focus on as we begin the day. There's SJVN and Sheela Foam that Vivek is tracking this morning. Vivek, over to you.
Well, good morning. Both stocks important to watch today. SJVN, the government is now looking to sell close to 4.92% stake in the company via the OFS route. 2.46% stake would be the base size, and another 2.46% would be the oversubscription or the green shoe option that the government could exercise. Now, the floor price for this particular OFS is coming at close to 69 rupees a share, which is a steep 15.5% discount to yesterday's closing price. So, on the back of that, you could see some pressure on the stock. Remember, the government held 59.9% stake in the company at the end of the June quarter. Now, the other stock on our radar is Sheela Foam. Now, sources indicate that Sheela Foam is looking to raise close to 1,200 crore, and this is going to be done via the QIP route. The base size of this particular QIP is close to 1,000 crore, and with the upsize option of 200 crore, indicative issue price indicates up to a 7.8% discount to yesterday's closing price, and the dilution at that price would be close to 11.4% of the total equity capital. So what we understand is that this particular funding or this particular QIP proceeds would be done in order to go ahead and fund the acquisition of Kurlon Enterprises that the company has envisaged.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's hop across to Ekta. She's here to run us through a few pharma stocks that are in focus. Morning, Ekta.
Morning. Well, I'll start with Biocon, which is in focus because Biocon Biologics has got the European Union approval for their biosimilar Aflibercept. Now, the approval is by the European Commission. The EC decision follows an approval by the Medicines Agency of Europe, which had given a positive opinion in July for this particular biosimilar. So the street was anticipating this approval. Now, this is an ophthalmology product. It's used for eye conditions. Why is it important? Is because it's $1.8 billion in terms of market size in Europe. And for the US, the market size is around $6.26 billion. So that's how much the reference product generated. So this would be a positive reading because it is a developed market approval that they've received. And it's a large size drug where there is expected to be competition, but still a formidable opportunity for Biocon. Cipla US facility in the US was issued 5 observations. Their Invigen facility in New York was inspected by the US FDA. They've said no repeat or data integrity observations. Lastly, Strides is what I'm watching. The board is going to be meeting on the 25th of this month to discuss a restructuring which was proposed by the company in Q1 of FY24, which is to combine the CDMO interests of the group. There's an analyst call at 5 p.m. on Monday as well. So the stock would be in focus on account of that.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for that. I'm watching out for 2 stocks this morning. One of them is Apollo Tyres. There's some negative news flow on that one. So I'm going with red on Apollo Tyres. The bias and OTR tyre production facility that they have, the manufacturing facility at Limda in Gujarat, has been stopped. This is because of some concerns among shop floor employees related to the renewal of the long-term settlement agreement. So there are some, concerns over there, some disagreements as well. The company is now in discussions and negotiations with the labor union representatives, but the stoppage of production is something that could have a negative sentiment impact. The company, though, in a BSE press release has said that there are plans in place to mitigate any supply disruption. At the moment, there is no material impact on the operations at this stage. But let's not forget that tyre stocks have been doing very well purely because demand has come back in a big way and commodity prices have fallen. So, Morgan Stanley, for example, has an equal weight rating on Apollo Tyres with a target at 425 rupees a share. The other stock to look at is Exide. I'm going with green over there, because what Exide has done is invested an additional 125 crores in the equity share capital in its wholly owned subsidiary Exide Energy Solutions. Exide continues to own 100% stake in Exide Energy Solutions, but now they've invested an additional 125 crores. There won't be any change in the shareholding percentage of the company. And as I said, the shareholding remains unchanged at 100%. But the reason we are putting this on board is because of Exide's increasing presence in this space. Now, EESL, which is Exide Energy Solutions, is in the process of setting up a plant for manufacturing and selling lithium-ion battery cells, modules, and the pack business batteries. The company is a loss-making, business with a loss of almost 60 crores in FY23. However, the fact that Exide is looking to sort of put more money in this renewable energy space is something that the street would like. So I'm going with green there.
All right, Sonia, noted that. So both those 2 stocks on our radar. But let's wind this down. We have Surbhi who's joining in to run us through some more stocks that are in the news. Surbhi?
Thanks so much for that. So I'm watching out for MCX today. The company has proposed to go live with the new trading platform by the end of this month. Now, a separate circular will be issued where they will disclose the date with, where they'll go live with the new platform. But as of now, the entire September month, they have been conducting mock trading sessions. Earlier, it was indicated that they will go live with the new trading platform by the end of December. But now they say it will happen by the end of this month. Shri Renuka Sugars, there is a board meet on 23rd of September that is to approve investment in a sugar mill in Uttar Pradesh. This investment will be done through a rights issue. Also, they will consider a fundraise via NCDs. And lastly, Fino payments will also be on a radar. Now, bank has received complaints from clients regarding non-receipt of funds that were invested in a potential fictitious schemes. Now, these schemes were allegedly floated by some of the employees of the bank at a personal capacity. The prima facie investigation indicates that there is no liability or financial impact on the bank as of now.
All right, Surbhi, thanks a lot for that. So those are a whole host of stocks that are in the news. Here's a quick recap of our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow. The Sheela Foam, Strides Pharma, Biocon, Exide Industries, MCX and Shri Renuka Sugars. While stocks with negative news flow, there's SJVN, Cipla, Apollo Tyres and Fino Payments. But we would talking about Apollo Tyres, so I just wanted to mention that, although this morning there's negative news flow, a lot of brokerages are very positive on Apollo Tyres, and I think Vivek has, some of that on our
Well,
radar.
let's hop across to Vivek.